Today, I'm taking you on a ride of my unofficial neighborhood street network. This is a collection of streets I use to get to 4 schools, 2 parks, 2 train stations, two shopping streets, and even 3 different cities, all in a 30-minute bike ride. And the most important feature is that I get to choose from 16 different coffee shops along the way. The goal of this ride is to show that you don't need to wait for a specific bike infrastructure to have a great ride. With a little exploration, you can find fun, safe routes to everyday places. I also want to introduce an idea I really like: neighborhood street networks built around slow, shared streets. We're starting at Burrell Middle School in San Mateo, and as I ride, I'll explain what I mean by a neighborhood street network and how it might work. The streets I selected aren't random. They're calmer, slower streets that still get you where you want to go. They're quieter, nicer to look at, and way more relaxed to ride on. Yes, they might take a few extra minutes compared to the fastest route, but the ride itself is actually enjoyable, which to me is kind of the whole point. When you connect streets like this together, you end up with a network that links schools, parks, downtowns, transit stations, and neighborhoods. If this were an official network, some of these calm streets could be treated as slow, shared streets, making them safer and more comfortable for everyone, not just for people on bikes. This brings us to our second destination, Hillsboro. Hillsboro is known for its large homes and leafy streets, and it's actually quite a fun place to ride through. Another stop along the way is South Hillsboro Elementary School. A slow, shared street is a street where bikes come first and cars are still allowed, but more like a guest. Speed limits are usually around 20 miles per hour and sometimes even down to 15 miles per hour near schools or busy areas. This isn't some brand new experiment. Cities like Copenhagen and Amsterdam have been doing this for decades. Japan uses shared streets extensively too, and closer to home, San Francisco's Slow Streets program already includes dozens of these streets. When speeds are low, bikes and cars can safely share the same space, and you often don't need bike lanes. Now we're leaving Hillsboro and entering the Cemetery Park neighborhood. This area has some really beautiful streets which are just a pleasure to ride on. Slow, shared streets aren't meant to replace bike lanes everywhere. Bike lanes are still important on fast, busy roads. But on neighborhood streets, this approach can feel more comfortable than bike lanes and create quieter, calmer neighborhoods. These are the kind of streets where parents might actually let their kids ride to school, and where new riders feel comfortable to ride. Another destination here is Cemetery Park Elementary School. We pass by a neighborhood park and then head to Burlingame. To get to downtown Burlingame, we need to cross El Camino Real. the highway that divides San Mateo County. I was hidden behind this large truck and worried the car coming toward me and turning left would not see me. Crossing these main streets is an issue that needs to be addressed. Burlingame Avenue is a popular shopping district and home to about 9 different coffee shops. This street was rebuilt a few years ago with wider sidewalks, and it's become one of the most busy and most enjoyable areas to hang out. At the end of Burlingame Avenue is the Burlingame Caltrain station. Caltrain is now running new electric trains, which are faster, quieter, and a really great way to get into San Francisco. And if you're biking, Caltrain's free Bikes on Board program makes it easy to get you and your bike to San Francisco for a ride in the city. Right across these tracks is the Burlingame High School. Washington Park is another stop on the route. This busy intersection does not have a traffic signal and is a challenge to cross. A nice motorist finally stopped for me. Slow, shared streets will inconvenience drivers. We're used to cars having priority, and these slow, shared streets will be hard for some drivers to accept. However, we're running out of space for more cars, and we need alternatives from cars. Not everyone is going to bike, and that's fine, but if streets feel safer and more comfortable, a lot more people would consider it. More bikes and fewer cars means less traffic, less noise, cleaner air, which is a win for everyone. The part I like most about this approach is that it doesn't require removing parking, doesn't block access for cars, and can be relatively inexpensive. This part of San Mateo is a more affordable neighborhood with older, smaller homes, many of these historic and full of character. These streets here, while crowded with parked cars, are narrow and slow, with really interesting to look at, unique older homes. We're finishing the ride in downtown San Mateo. Some final destinations here include the San Mateo Caltrain station and B Street, a pedestrian-only street that's actually starting to work really well. This area adds about 7 more coffee shops, and today I'm stopping at Blue Bottle Coffee in this unique older building. That is my unofficial network, all in a 30-minute ride. Thanks for riding along. I hope this inspires you to explore your own neighborhood, find your own neighborhood street network, and start working, making it official, complete with slow, shared streets. I would really appreciate your comments, both for and against this idea. I really do believe it is time to work on alternatives like biking for local transportation.